Hello everyone, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. We're going to do a quick video this morning before we head out for a little while. And the only reason I wanted to do it because I noticed that the Giants just re-signed Jon Halapio, or Jalapeno. I never know exactly how to pronounce his name. I always call him John H. John, of course, last year started 15 games for us at center. He got injured in the Philadelphia game and was potentially going to miss the start of the 2020 season. It looks like that he is going to be okay, and he is re-signed with the Giants for a one-year contract worth about $675,000. And the only reason I wanted to do the video this morning is because I find it very interesting. What is going on with the Giants center situation? With bringing in John back, John was, you know what? He was an okay option last year. He did not play. He played well, did not play spectacularly. I would not say that. I would say he played average. I wouldn't even say he played above average last year. But to bring back a center who's only been average in his career, what is that saying about our center situation right now? What is that saying about our options of Spencer Pulley, Nick Gates, and even Shane Lemieux? And then I wonder, could this potentially be the end of Spencer Pulley's career with the Giants? Now, I know Spencer went down with an injury last week, but he has since come back to practice 100% healthy, so you know what? But Pulley has basically just been an average option at center. And he kind of reminds me of John H. I mean, he really does. So, you know, John, I think, has a little bit more strength and a little bit more size, but they're both average options at center. And the only reason I'm curious to see if the Giants are going to release Pulley is if the Giants release him, they would save about $2.7 million in cap space. And, you know, with John joining the team pretty much on the cheap for $675, that's not a bad option to get rid of Pulley. I mean, if you think Nick Gates is going to be your guy, if you think he's going to start the season at center and you're going to take John H. and back him up with him, and then you know you have John as a reliable option because the fact that he has been with the team the last couple of years, he's had injury issues. He did play the full 15 games. He played full 15 last year and most of the 16. But you know what? He still does have some injury issues, but I don't know. Is this the end? I'm just thinking, is it the end of Spencer Pulley on the team? Has Nick Gates solidified the position enough that they feel that they just need to bring in a veteran backup just in case Nick Gates kind of falls apart? You know, which he could potentially do because, like I said, he's never had a long-term. You know, he's never really played center. So, I mean, he does not have a resume at work center, and John does. And I just find it interesting because then, like I said, then does Shane Lemieux slide back into his natural position and kind of get away from the center position and back up potentially multiple positions on the offensive line? So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm looking at is Gates going to be the guy? Is this the precursor to Gates being the guy, the starting center for the New York Giants? And is this the precursor of the release of Spencer Pulley? And like I said, you are going to save $2.75 million if we dump Pulley right now or before the start of the season. And like I said, and if you feel, I was never a huge Spencer Pulley fan. Yes, I know he started his rookie season in San Diego, you know, before they moved to Los Angeles. I understand that he has a body of work at center. I've never felt that he was the best option for the center position. I was still not sold on Nick Gates because I'm not even sure if, and the opposite could also be, has Nick Gates not won the job to the fact that they had to feel like they needed to bring back a center? That's the other issue I'm kind of having with this. I don't know what direction we're going in. I will find it interesting. I know Dave Gettleman's going to have a press conference today about 11:30, so we're going to kind of cover it towards the end of the day. We're not going to cover it now, but like I said, I do find it interesting that we bring him back, and then we also waived Jackson Dennis today. He was another tackle, offensive tackle, not a big loss, but like I said, I do find it interesting that we gave Gates the contract. We gave Pulley a contract at one point too, but we gave Gates a contract. We turn around and then we just kind of tell Gates, you know, I mean, I'm hoping this means I'm 100% hoping that this means Gates won the job. That's what I'm hoping. But like I said, I'm also wondering if this is going to be the release of Spencer Pulley. Because like I said, it does make sense that if you bring back John H., that we release Pulley, and then that's the end of that. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see what Joe Judge has to say. I'm curious to see what Dave Gettleman has to say. We will do a recap of the Dave Gettleman press conference sometime this afternoon. We're going to have a bunch of other shows coming up in the next, I would say, in the next couple days. And like I said, with the season starting up, we're going to do a special once we get the cut down. We're not going to do a cut down information guide until after we get into about a couple days, maybe a day after cut down day, because the fact that the roster is never set even after you have your final 53, because you always scan the waiver wire to see what potential players that you can bring back. I think the Giants are still going to look for depth at wide receiver. And like I said, they may potentially even be looking for some type of depth on the defensive line at the end position. So we'll do a cut-down show after, maybe a day after it happens. We'll do the announcements, but like I said, we won't do the breakdown until the day after. It doesn't make sense to do a breakdown for a show when you know that the situation is going to be fluid, because they're going to be scanning the waiver wire looking for guys either for the practice squad or to put onto the active roster itself. But again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And if you want, like I said, if you want to just send us an email, say hello, or give us some information, or just want to talk, send us an email at onlinebigbblue@gmail.com. And if you also would like, you can follow us on Twitter at onlinebigbblue onlinebigbblue1. And again, that's on Twitter. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know what that means. That'd be awesome.